It is almost about 25 years ago we developed this concept of HRD audit. And the reason why we developed this concept of HRD audit is because we were very disillusioned with how HRD, the concept of human resource development, the way we envisaged when we started the first HRD department in this part of the world in Larsen & Toubro in the year 1975, got diluted. Those of you who know the history of HRD know that while in 1975 we created a new department called HRD department and separated it out of the personnel department and integrated at the corporate level by a top level director HR who takes care of or integrates both personnel and HRD. And HRD includes a whole lot of things with a philosophy of making the workplace a happy place to work. And those of you who followed our work know that we defined HRD as competence building, commitment building, and culture building. So the whole idea of HRD is to create competencies of people so that they give their best, commitment so that they enjoy the work, and culture so that there is a lasting kind of an organization that is there. When it got diluted and training and development people suddenly recalling themselves as the entire HRD or personal people renaming as HRD, by 1990s lots of things were going on in the name of HRD and the real HRD was going to the background. That is when we thought that we need to audit all those organizations that carry HRD departments and claim that they are doing good HRD or that they are HRD driven companies. And not following exactly what we originally intended. So the HRD audit is a systematic evaluation of the extent to which the HRD systems, HRD strategies and HRD structure and HR competencies and HRD culture are all leading to HRD outcomes. Now here we believe HRD outcome is HRD climate. A good HRD results in creating a HRD climate which is an empowering, enabling kind of a climate, a competency climate, a culture that consists of an octave-based kind of values and so on. We have written enough about this in our book, so I am not elaborating this. So the audit deals with the extent to which HRD systems are mature. HRD systems may include competency mapping, induction, manpower planning, recruitment, and performance appraisal, training and learning, and career development, organization development interventions, a whole lot of the things which are meant to contribute to one or the other of the three C's, competency, commitment, or culture. So our systems mature. Now, in order to say that the systems are mature, you need to have some kind of standard benchmarks. I think we evolved all these benchmarks and indicated it in the book called HRD Scorecard 2500. This is an interesting book in which all systems are evaluated and the benchmarks are given, standards are created. So first we evaluate the extent to which HRD systems are mature, and for each system we give something like about 70 points. There is no hard and fast rule about the 70 points, but that is the way we have structured it at that point of time. Similarly, HRD strategies are assessed in terms of the extent to which these strategies are followed at all. Now, HRD strategies across the companies, when you are auditing, they merely mean having a quality strategy, a cost management strategy, a communication strategy, and things like that. I think there are a few strategies we have which cut across various companies. We have identified, these are evaluated. Then HR competencies, quite unlike as most of us understand, HRD competencies are not only the competencies of HRD managers, these are also competencies required to have a learning attitude on the part of line managers. And the extent to which workmen or people or operators and other people who are normally in the unionized categories learn, and to the extent to which the organization facilitates this kind of a learning. So these are assessed in terms of competencies. Top management styles are assessed as HR competencies. So there are something like about 500 points we give, of which 200 points are the extent to which the HRD people are those who manage HR function are mature, and have the required kind of competencies, commitment, etc. And about 100 points for line managers, and another 100 points for the top management and their styles. And about half the remaining 100 points are meant for HRD, for workmen, and also the credibility of the HRD department, etc. In the third part of the HRD function, we uh, assess the extent to which the HRD culture has been generated. HRD culture measured both by octopus values as well as a number of other kind of variables. In the fourth part of the HRD audit, we study the impact of HRD on people, uh, particularly in terms of intellectual capital building and the financial parameters and things of that kind. So HRD audit is a very comprehensive assessment of HRD, its processes, its impact, and things like that. So when you go through a HRD audit, it is not expensive. A group of outsiders come and use multiple methods like observation, and they also use methods like using questionnaires and largely interviews of all the line managers, not all line managers, but a sample of line managers, definitely most of the top management, and also observe who go around the campus, look at all the HR manuals and data that they have, and at the end of it come to a conclusion. So HRD audit is not a threatening kind of a thing. It is something that helps you to discover what is good about your HRD and what needs to be improved. As a result of HRD audit, you get a report which suggests the future kind of directions in which you should be going. Future directions of HR. So it's a consultancy report, the audit report, and gives a plan for future activities and so on. It also gives you a score if you use the HRD scorecard. Out of 2,500 points, where do you stand and things like that. So I hope if you are impressed with this, you will promote, you will ask your company to get itself audited, HRD audited, so that they can identify what is good in them and reposition, rework, reinvent their own kind of a HRD. It helps. Small investments will go in a big way in terms of totally changing your organizational orientation. I have seen many organizations undertaking HRD audit and getting benefit from it. For example, in one company which concluded that their growth is not going to be more than 8% a year, after conducting the HRD audit, I think they relaunched themselves and enhanced its growth and went up to almost about 20%. In another company which has given up all its expansion plans, after HRD audit, when most employees said that we want to know the future of the company, the CEO of the company worked out a strategic plan and made it move from a 100 crore company to a 700 crore company and so on. I mean, these are rare examples. I don't want to say every HRD audit will make you richer than before, but certainly it helps you to improve the credibility of HRD and also put your organization in the right kind of a path. So I hope you will promote the HRD audit. You don't need to do it every year. You may do it only once in a year and so on. We'll soon be launching a short course on HRD audit on TVRLS. If you are interested, visit our website www.hrdaudit.org www.hrdaudit.org or www.tvrls.com, or write to us at tvrls at tvrao@tvrao.com. All the best and have a good HR audit. Happy audit.